Okay. So as I said yesterday, so if you want to learn Selenium Java, first you need to learn Java language. Okay. So let me open again Selenium official website. If you click on downloads, you can see Selenium packages. Yeah. See, so we have different languages to work with Selenium. Okay. So we have Java, C Sharp, Ruby, Python, JavaScript. So if you want to work with Selenium Java, first you need to learn Java language. If you want to work with Selenium Python, first you need to learn Python language. Similarly, C Sharp, Ruby, and JavaScript. Okay. So if you want to choose any package, choose any language from the Selenium, first you need to learn that language. So that is the reason. Okay. First I provide the Java language. Okay. So this training is scheduled for Selenium Java. So that is the reason. First I teach Java language, then I will teach Selenium Java. Okay. So today we will start Java language, Java programming. Yeah. So so if you want to learn Java language, first you need to know some background about the Java language. Okay. So how it works and what is the architecture of Java language. These things you have to learn. But before learning it, okay, so once you joined any organization, the first step you have to like check is, okay, suppose you joined as a automation test engineer. Okay, automation testing using Selenium Java. The very first step you have to do is you have to check whether Java and Selenium packages are available in your local system. Okay, at least Java is available in your local system or not, you need to check. Okay, so suppose if you joined to some like organization, okay, so they will give you some laptop. Okay, so some fresh laptop they will give you. Okay, so no one will come to you and no one will ask you to configure all these things. Okay, by your own only you have to configure everything. So that is the reason. First, the very first step you need to do is you need to check the environment. Okay, so first we need to check whether Java is installed or not, or Java is available in this system or not. Okay, for the very first step you have to do is, okay, so open C drive, open C drive, then go to program files or program files 86, any of these two folders. Okay, go to this folder and check Java folder is available or not. Okay, Java folder is available or not, either in program files or program files 86. Okay, Java is available or not. Okay, so we have Java available in this program files, which means Java is already installed. Okay, so even though Java is installed, it may not work to use anywhere from the system. For example, okay, so let me disable Java once. Yeah. So first step you have to do is, So first you need to check whether Java folder is available in your local system or not. After checking it, so you have to verify whether it is configured over the entire system. Okay, entire system is, so you have to set up some environment variable to access anywhere from your system. To access anywhere from your system means, so anywhere from any drive, any folder, like that. Okay, so first you need to check whether this environment setup is done or not. Okay, after installation, so you have to open command prompt. Okay, so the shortcut key to open the command prompt is cmd. Okay, so here you need to check Java version to check whether Java environment is set or not. Okay, not to check whether it is installed or not, whether it is set at environment level or not, you need to check. So from where I am accessing, from C drive, from users folder, okay, some Raju Chelle name folder is there. From there, I'm checking the version of Java. Okay, see, it is showing that, so Java, it is not recognized, which means the environment setup is not done. But we already installed the Java. Okay, but when I check with the Java version, it is not working. So similarly, if you go to Java folder, okay, so here I have installed Java 8 and Java 11. Okay, so let me go to Java 8. So here I have bin folder. Okay, so from this folder, I want to check Java is available or not. Okay, so if you want to open this folder path, what you can do is you can simply copy this path. You can use cd command, then enter. So now you are in this bin folder. Okay, if you want to navigate to any folder in like Unix commands or Linux commands, okay, you have to use cd command. Okay, cd command to go into some drive or some folder. Okay, so now you are in bin folder. Suppose if you check the same command, Java version, so now it is showing Java 1.8. Okay, why it is showing Java 1.8? So generally, when you install Java, okay, all the Java related, compilation related, and execution related packages are available in this bin folder, Java, Java version, bin. Inside that bin folder, you will have all your compilation, Java compilation and Java execution related files. Okay, these are the supporting files to use Java programming. Okay, so what is compilation, what is execution, that we will discuss later. Okay, while explaining the architecture of Java, that time I will explain. So these bin folder, we have these execution files. Okay, these compilation related supporting files. Suppose if you want to write your Java program, so you have to write your Java program in this bin folder only, because these execution and compilation files available here. I can't access outside. Suppose if I want to write my Java program somewhere in my laptop, okay, some in some folder, in some drive, some other drive, how can I use that? So if you access your Java execution files, your Java compilation files anywhere from your laptop, what you have to do is you have to set up the environment variables. Okay, so how to set up environment variable? Okay, just to type for environment. Okay, so here you will get edit system environment variables. Okay, similarly, you will get one more option, edit environment variables for your account. So generally in organizations, okay, so they create different users, different accounts for each user. Okay, so that time, so they will disable to set up the environment variables for entire system. Okay, for that particular user only, for that particular account only, so they will give you the access to set up. Okay, so let me open this. So you have to open this environment variables, setting system environment variables window. Okay, so here you will get system properties. So in the advanced tab, you have to click on environment variables again. So now you have user variables and system variables, user variables and system variables. Okay, system variables means, so it is applicable for all your accounts. Okay, suppose if you create multiple accounts in your system, okay, while you're login, you can like you can create multiple accounts, right? Generally in Windows. Okay, so if you set in system variables, okay, it is accessible for all your accounts. If you set for only user variables, okay, only for the particular user only, it will be applicable. Okay, so generally, so in our personal laptop, what we do is we set in the system variables. In organizations, okay, we have to set in the user variables, because in organizations they will disable these settings, system variable settings. Okay, you cannot edit, or you cannot create new variable, or you cannot delete also. Okay, by mistake we can delete few configurations, right? So that is the reason. So they will disable the system variables. Okay, they will give us access only for user variables. Okay, the very first step we have to do is, so first step you have to do, so where is our Java execution related and compilation related files are available. Okay, so these files are available in this JDK version, Java version folder. Inside that we have bin folder. Okay, so generally we have to set one variable, so that is Java underscore home. Okay, we will not do anything with this Java underscore home. Okay, so we have to set. Why we have to set? Suppose if you are using some other integration tools with Java, okay, some other integration tools like, so we will use some IDEs, okay, integration development environment, integrated development environment. Okay, IDEs like Eclipse, um, VS Code, and IntelliJ, like that we have different IDEs. Okay, if you want to use some integration with Java, okay, or some editors, or some suppose if you take CI/CD tools, okay, those uses Java in backend. Okay, those are also developed with Java 1. Okay, those uses our local Java environment. Okay, so from where it will access those Java, again it will check for the path where is Java available. Okay, so Java folder sometimes available in program files and sometimes available in program files 86. So here what we have to do is, so we have to define where Java folder is available. Okay, with the keyword Java underscore home. Okay, this is the universal keyword. So whenever we install Git, Jenkins, Maven, or if we install these IDEs like Eclipse, IntelliJ, VS Code, so these while installing, okay, those softwares look for the Java underscore home variable. Okay, so based on this variable, it gets this path, Java folder path. From there, it will directly go to bin folder. So from there, it will access the Java related compilation and execution files. Okay, first step we have to do is, so we have to click on new. Here you need to create a variable Java underscore home, and you have to provide the path of that Java version. Okay, so you have to simply copy up to here. Okay, you have to variable value, you have to give the Java path, okay, up to that version, Java version. Okay, you just simply click on OK. In this case, I already created this variable, even though if I try to create, it gives the warning. Okay, it is not giving the warning also, it is overriding actually. Okay, yeah. So this Java underscore home you have to set. Okay, so after that, the main important thing is, even though you set Java underscore home, suppose if you try to again check for Java version, whether it is available or not. Okay, so I'm opening the fresh command prompt. Okay, if I check for Java version, again it is throwing the error. Okay, Java is not recognized because still we are not setting the environment. Even if I click OK, again OK, let me close it and try command prompt Java version. Okay, again we are getting this error. Okay, so setting the environment variable is not enough. Okay, so you have to set this Java bin folder path in the path folder. I mean path variable. Okay, so you have to open environment variables, edit system environment variables, again environment. So now you have to edit the path. Okay, while installing any software, what happens in the background is in system variables by default. Suppose if you are installing Windows related software, Java is not related Windows. Okay, Java is a third party one. Okay, so suppose if you are installing any Microsoft product, okay, by default it sets the path to access that application anywhere from your laptop or anywhere from your desktop. Okay, but if you are installing any third party softwares, okay, it won't directly set the path to access anywhere from your system. Okay, you have to set manually by editing the path variable. Okay, so I have installed so many softwares here. Okay, so Git, Apache, Node.js, okay, MySQL. So MySQL it automatically set. Okay, MySQL is a Microsoft product. Okay, so for this you no need to set any path, it automatically set. Okay, similarly for other system root, see there are some other softwares, right? So for these it is automatically set, but for Java it didn't set anything. Okay, so it is a third party one. Similarly Git and Maven also, these are third party ones. So you need to set up these manually. Okay, how you need to set up? Just click on new. Okay, go to your Java folder, open bin, copy this path. So you just need to set up that path in the system environment variables. Click OK, then OK. So now open command prompt. Okay, now open command prompt. Then check for Java version. See, now I'm able to access C column users this folder. So let me go to D drive. Sorry. Okay, now I'm D folder. Okay, so now I'm in D drive. Okay, so in this D drive, now I'm in D drive. Okay, so let me check I'm able to access from this D drive. Okay, so Java version I'm able to access. So let me go to some folder, some Angular tutorial folder, CD. So these comments also sometimes required. Okay, so now you are in D drive. Suppose if you want to move to some folder, okay, CD is the command. Then you have to type that folder name. Okay, so no need to type entire like folder name. Okay, I have some Angular tutorial name is there, right? Just I typed the AN and then press tab. Okay, then enter. So now I'm in Angular tutorial folder. Suppose if you want to check what are the files available in this Angular tutorial folder, so you just need to use ls. Ls is not recognized. -ls. Okay. Okay, so inside this you will have some more folders. Okay, so now you have, if you want to check whether you are able to access Java from this Angular tutorial folder. Okay, so what you need to check, Java version. Okay, similarly let me go to E drive. Okay, from E drive also, so here we have testing folder. Okay, CD testing, enter, check for Java version. Okay, So along with Java version, we have to check one more version, that is, so in Java, as I said, in Java there are two parts. One is compilation and another one is execution. Okay, so along with the execution environment, we need also compilation environment. Okay, so we have to check whether the compiler is available or not. Okay, so when you open Java folder, uh, okay, so where it is? It is in C drive, program files, Java, Java version, bin folder. Okay, so Java execution related, we already checked, right? So similarly, we have to check for the compilation related files. Okay, in Java, we have to do compilation and execution. Okay, not only execution, we have to do the compilation also. Okay, that I will explain how to compile and how to execute. So to check the compilation, Java C. Java C means Java compiler. Okay, you need to check hyphen version. Okay, the Java compiler also the same version. Okay, generally we use the same compiler for the same execution environment. Okay, these two must be checked once you join into any organization. Even though you get new laptop or old laptop, first thing you have to do is, so you have to check this configuration. Okay, so by blindly we should not set up the code, and we should not ask some other colleague, okay, whether like Java is there or not, how to set up. All these things we should not ask. Okay, by our own only we have to set up these things. Okay, so suppose Java already installed in your machine. Okay, why it is not working, that you have to check. Okay, whether the environment variable set or not. Okay, if it is system environment or user environment variable, those you have to set up. Okay, once you set up, you can create your programs anywhere from your laptop. Then you can compile and run your Java programs. Okay, so everything I have documented. Okay, so whatever the steps I have provided till now, all those steps I have documented. So let me open it. See, I have created one Word file. So there I have mentioned all the installation guide. Okay, how to install Java, how to install some IDE or Maven, Git, Jenkins. Okay, all these things I have clearly documented with the screenshots. Okay, you can refer this document. Okay, while installing. Okay, suppose if Java is not available. Okay, in program files. Okay, so if Java folder is already available, we are setting that environment pass and done. Okay, to access anywhere from your system. If environment variable is already set, if it is already available, you will directly use it. Suppose if your Java folder itself is not available. Okay, so sometimes they will give you the access to download directly from the Google, or sometimes they will give you some shared drive access to copy the Java software to into your user account or your local machine in your laptop. Okay, so suppose if they give you the option to download from your Google, okay, download from the internet. So what you have to do is, okay, so the preferred Java version, the preferred Java version is Java 11, not Java 8. Okay, so in Java 11, the programming style, Java programming style is changed. Okay, so we can define data type. Suppose if somebody have some knowledge in Java programming. Okay, so generally if you want to create a variable, so we use the data types like int, float, long, double, char, like that we use data types, right? So from Java level, no need to use any data type. Simply for all your data types, you can use var keyword. Okay, so you can simply var a equals to 100. Okay, I will show you the difference. But if you want to install Java from the like if you want to download Java and if you want to install, okay, 11.x, you need to install 11.x. This is the preferred Java version. Okay, 11.x or above version, any above version. So now it is, I think 21, I think 20 or 21. So you can use 11 or any above version. Okay. So Java 11 is the preferred version. Okay, so you can, it is a open source free software, so you can directly download it from Google. Okay, from the official website. Oracle is maintaining the Java software. Okay, so just type Java 11 download. Okay, so go to Oracle site. Okay, go to Oracle site. Okay, so you will get some other third-party websites also, but the official website is Oracle. Okay, go to Oracle. So now, see, here you're getting different operating system related installation files. Okay, archive files and installation files. Go with the installer. No need to like download this archive file again. Extracting is a big process. Okay, just simply download this JDK 11.0.90. Okay, 19. Okay, download this one. Okay, it is asking to like accept some terms and conditions. Okay, sometimes it asks you to like sign up also. Okay, sometimes it directly downloads. Sometimes it will ask you to sign up. Okay, if you are already having account, you can directly use username and password. Suppose if you don't have the account, create an account. Okay, so every step, each and every step I have clearly documented here. Okay, along with the links. Okay, how to install Java. So here I have provided Java 14, but you can install Java 11. Okay, so Java 11 is enough. Give me a second. Okay, so sign up. Oh, it is asking all these details. Okay, so what I do is I have already an account, so let me use it. It will directly download. See, it is started downloading. Okay, once you just provide username and password, it will start downloading. So it's very simple how you install other software. Similarly, you have to double click on this installation file. Okay, double click on this installation file, and you have to just click on next, 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 and finish. Okay, so all these steps I have provided here. Just follow the documentation to install Java. Okay, so it's better to use Java 11. Okay, sometimes this Java 14 may not compatible with some IDEs. Okay, the standard version generally Java 1.8, but from Java 11 there are so many new features. So I suggest use Java 11. Okay, so these are, so you can use, you can follow these guidelines. Okay, once you install, again you have to set up the environment variables. How to set up environment variables, all these steps I have documented, so you just need to follow these steps. Okay, to set up the Java environment in your local machine. Okay, so any doubts till now? Anyone has any doubts?
Hi, this is Arif.
Yeah, Anil. Yeah.
Yeah, same similar process for the Mac also, MacBook. Is there any changes for that?
For MacBook also, the installation process is same. Generally, to set up the path, so they will give you some bash script. Okay. Okay. For that, I have come again. Hello.
Sorry.
Yeah. So the installation and everything will be same for any operating system. Okay. So there will be for installation there will be no difference. But coming to set up the environment variables, you may not find the environment variables option in the MacBook. Okay. So for that they will give you some commands. Okay, those I will document and I will give you. So generally most of the time we use Windows environment. For that only I have created uh, this document for Windows. Okay, Windows environment. For Mac, I will give you a separate guide. I will.
Okay, okay, sure.
Yeah. Okay. So just I will share this document today with you. Okay. So how I share is I will share through the Google Drive. Okay. Yesterday I shown you, right. So how I share the class recordings and class notes. Okay. Everything I will share through Google Drive. Okay. So today I will share this documentation with you. Okay. Immediately you have to set up the Java environment, and you need to practice the class also. Today I will create a sample program, okay, very basic program, so that you need to practice. Okay. So yeah, so once you install Java, okay, so the other thing you need to do is first you need to check for the IDE. Okay, so if you want to develop some Java program, okay, first you need some editor. Okay, so you can use any type of editor. So editor can be Notepad, Notepad plus plus, or it can be any integrated development environment. So integrated development environment means, okay, integrated development environment. Okay, what is integrated development environment? Okay, suppose if you are using a Java program. Okay, so with that, if you want to integrate some other tools, okay, other tools, like if you want to integrate some Maven, or if you want to integrate some Git, or some Jenkins, some database, all these related you want to integrate and you want to use as single editor. Okay, suppose if you are using some single editor, so there you have to use all these softwares: Maven, Git, Jenkins, database, Java, or any other language, JavaScript or Cucumber, all together if you want to use in a single editor. Okay, so there should be some option. Okay, so we have some IDEs, some softwares which can help us to integrate all these softwares in a single editor. Okay, those we call it as integrated development environment. Okay, so we have different softwares like Eclipse, okay, which gives you some interface, editor interface. There you can integrate all your softwares and you can develop your programming. Similarly, we have uh, IntelliJ and also VS Code. So we have so many other editors. The most popular editors are IntelliJ and Eclipse and VS Code. Okay, these three are most very frequently using editors. Okay, so I will use Eclipse software to develop the programs. Okay, which provides some editor interface. I will use Eclipse. Okay, you can use IntelliJ and other VS Code also. Editor can be anything, but learning the programming language is important. Okay, once you learn programming language, you can use any type of editor. Okay, I will explain in the Eclipse. So if you want, I can show in the like VS Code and IntelliJ also. Okay, for one program. So once you install Java, first you need to install Eclipse. Okay, IDE you have to install. Okay, so if you want to use IDE, Eclipse IDE, okay, just download it from Google. It is also a free software. Okay, so open Google. Okay, before downloading it, what you have to do is, in Eclipse also we have so many versions. Okay, let me open Eclipse Marketplace. Eclipse Marketplace. See, this installation related, I have created the clear documentation. What are the steps I am explaining here? Okay, everything is available in this document. Okay, so you have to go to the official website, Eclipse Marketplace. So go to Eclipse Marketplace. So here, click on more and click on download. Okay, so generally 90% of people, what they do is they just directly click on download. Okay, so here you have Eclipse IDE 2023-06. So what they do is they directly click on download button, they start using it. Okay, the latest versions may not support with, okay, the like the older versions of Java sometimes. Okay, may not support with some other integration tools. I mean other softwares like Maven or Git or some other Jenkins or database. Okay, so you should not download the direct download option. Okay, first you have to check, go to Google. Okay, so you have to check stable version of Eclipse stable version. So what is the stable version of Eclipse? So still it is showing 2023-06 only. Okay, if it is stable version, okay, you can use. Okay, 2023-06. Suppose if 2023-06 is not a stable version, what you have to do is, suppose if this version is not stable version, so you need to click on download packages. Okay, so in the right side, you can see older versions, click on older versions. So you can see all the older versions of Eclipse. So here you have different versions, 2023-09, 06. So as per the Google, it is showing as 2023-06 is the stable version. Okay, I use 2022-03. Okay, so I already installed it. Okay, if you want, you can download 2023-06. Just you need to click on it. Okay, so here you will get different options again. You should not confuse. Okay, first you have to read. Okay, before accessing or before installing or before downloading any software. So you have to read it. Okay, so Eclipse IDE for Java developers, Eclipse IDE for enterprise Java and web developers. See, similarly C++. Okay, some comments, committers. Okay, like that we have. So as of now we are using Java. So here we have Java and the DSL developers. Okay, who we are automation test developers. Okay, so here we don't have option for automation developer. Even though you are an automation developer, okay, you use Java, you become a Java developer. Okay, you consider as a Java developer. Okay, so this Java and web developer, this is also you can choose. Okay, or you can use Eclipse IDE for Java developer. Okay, so any of these two you can use. So based on your operating system, you can download that package. Okay, just click on, or you can use this Java web developers. Anything is fine. Okay, so you can check the essential tool for any Java developer, including a Java IDE, a Git client, XML editor, Maven, and Gradle integration. So developers we work with Java and web applications, including a Java IDE, tools for JavaScript you can implement using JavaScript, TypeScript. Okay, all these things. Okay, you can download any of these two. Okay, I download only Java developers IDE. Just click on Windows 86 or 64 version. So here it is showing download and zip file. Okay, so here you can click on zip file. Okay, it is started downloading. So Eclipse, sometimes we can Eclipse we can install, or without installing also we can use the Eclipse. Okay, you can install the Eclipse software without installing also you can use. Okay, so I don't install anything from Eclipse related. So I just simply directly use the Eclipse software after downloading it. Okay, how to do it? So after downloading, Okay, so it is downloaded. So you have to extract it. Okay, extract files. You can suppose if you want to use multiple versions of Eclipse, you can use also. Okay. So if you want to use multiple versions like 2022-03, 2023-06, you can use. Okay, there is no restriction. You can use multiple versions also. Okay, so you have to open that folder. See, here you have installation related files and also direct Eclipse exe file. Okay, just right click on it. Okay, so as of now on my desktop, I have only one version. Okay, this is the version I have. Okay, Eclipse. So let me check. See, only one version. Okay, this is 2023. This is 2022-03. Okay, so if I want to use 2023-06, just a right click on it. So here send to. Okay, send to create a desktop shortcut. It will create one shortcut on your desktop. See, this is my 2023 version. Okay, so this I will open and I will explain later how to use it. Okay, so here I'm also like want to use Java 11. Okay, for that what I have to do is first I will copy. So as of now in my local system I have set the path as Java 1.8. Okay, I want to use Java 11. So simply you can install multiple versions of Java. So not only a single version. So in my case, I have installed Java 1.8 and also Java 1.8 means Java 8. Okay. So Java 1, 2, 3, 4 like that we have up to 1.8. Generally we call it as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that we call. Okay. Java 1.8 means Java 8. Okay. After that we have direct version Java 11. We don't have 9 and 10. Okay. So I will use JDK 11, copy this path, environment variables. So here everywhere, okay, remove this bin. No need to, so when you are setting Java underscore home, don't mention bin folder, okay? So your tools will automatically go to this version of Java and they will recognize the bin folder. That setup will be there. That also I will show you. Okay, so Java 11. Similarly, in path variable also, I have to set up Java 11. So do not set multiple versions in the path variable. It will confuse us. Okay, it won't confuse. Sometimes the latest version may not work or older version may not. Okay, so bin is there. Okay. So now here also what I do. So here not required. Okay, suppose if you are using a user variable, if you have access for only user variables. So in user variables path option also you have to set up Java path. Okay, so in my case I have direct access to system variables. Okay, no need to use. So let me open a new instance of command prompt. Okay, so when you open command prompt, it will always run on a older instance. Okay, so it will works on a buffer memory or cache memory, not cache, buffer memory. Okay, so even though okay you set the Java 11, so still it shows Java 8 1.8. Okay, so if you want to, after setting the environment variables, if you want to check whether you set proper environment or not, you have to open a new instance. Okay, new command prompt. Shortcut key to open command prompt is CMD. Okay, so here if I want to check Java hyphen version, see here now we have Java 11. Similarly, I have to check Java compiler version, Java 11. Okay. So you can close the old instance. Okay. So see, suppose if you want to open command prompt, okay, generally how we are opening, suppose if I want to open the command prompt in this folder, bin folder. Okay. So when I directly open, okay, it is showing some default path, default C drive, users folder. It is showing C drive, users folder. So here I have some folder, user account folder. Inside that, it is directly opening. Suppose if I want to open command prompt into some folder, you have two ways. Okay, suppose I want to open this folder into this tutorial folder is there, right? Okay, so here I want to open the folder command prompt. So you can simply copy that path, use cd command, and you can paste the path. Okay, this is one way. Okay, it is not showing. Okay, press tab. Second. Second. Copy address also you can use. It is not taking. Why? Because of these special characters. Okay, the command is same. Okay, let me check like this. Okay, when I press D, okay, it has to go to the D drive, but it's directly showing D Angular tutorial folder. I think it is not properly refreshing. Okay, CD we have to use. Okay, actually, so earlier also it is set to the defaulter only, but it is not properly resetting. So when I press D, by default, where it has to go? It has to go to the D drive directly, but it is directly gone to this Angular tutorial folder. Okay, so it is not properly resetting. So this is one way. Okay, this is one way. If you want to clear the screen, clear your commands, use CLS command. Okay, these are required in real time. Okay, so even though it is not related to our automation testing, so these are basic, very basic. Okay, these are required. Okay, so you can open the command prompt like this, or simply you can select that path, type CMD, then press enter. Okay, it will open the command prompt in that folder. Just simply write CMD folder, then enter. Okay, if you want to go to some inner folder, day1 folder, use CD, just press DA, day1, day1, then press tab. Okay, so now you can, if you enter, you can go to day1 folder. Yeah, so now we have installed Java. Okay, so before using the Eclipse IDE, so I create Java program with Notepad or Notepad++. Okay, so I have to explain one architecture, Java architecture, how it works. So to explain that, first I have to create the Java program in a Notepad file. Okay, so let me use Notepad++ or Notepad to write Java program. So if you want to write any Java program, first you have to create a .java file. Okay, so if you want to write Java programs, first create. Okay, so I already opened a new file. This I will save as demo dot Java. First, you need to create a dot Java file. Okay. So name you can write in any format, but there are some rules. There are some naming convention rules in Java that we have to follow, because we have these compilation related files and execution related files. Okay, to relate both compilation related files and execution files, we have to follow some naming convention. So as of now, I'm creating just with the name demo.java. First, you have to create a Java file if you want to write your Java program. Okay, I want to save on desktop. Now this is my demo.java file. Okay, I have created on my desktop. So this is my demo.java file, notepad file, plain notepad file. Okay, in Java, okay, if you want to start your Java programming, okay, first you have to follow some syntax. Okay, first you have to follow the standard syntax. Okay, so there are mainly 3 blocks in Java. Using those 3 only, you can write your Java program. So from Java 11, they have introduced one more type of block. Okay, still no one are using it. But the basic blocks are, if you want to write Java program, the basic blocks are, one is class. Okay, what is class? I will explain. And second one is interface. And third one is enum. Okay, using these 3 blocks only, you have to start your Java programming. Okay, without these 3 blocks, you cannot write your Java program. Either you have to start with class block, interface block, enum block. What is class, interface, enum? I will explain clearly later. So as of now, I'm using class. Okay, you have to use class block. Okay, you can create multiple class blocks like this. Okay, to differentiate these blocks, what you have to do, you have to give the naming for each block. Okay, so class is just like a keyword. Okay, so your Java compiler or Java executors can understand that, okay, this block is a class block. Suppose if you create a interface, your Java compiler can understand this block as interface. Okay, if you have multiple classes or multiple interfaces, to differentiate these blocks, you have to give a proper naming convention or proper naming to your block. Suppose this block I'm giving the name as example 1. For this block, I'm giving the name as example 2. This is example 3. Okay, to make very clear, okay, so what I do is example class 1, example class 2. Similarly, example interface, I can give name interface. Okay, so as of now, first we discuss with one block. Okay, first if you want to start your Java programming, you have to create, okay, any of these 3 blocks, class, interface, or enum. Once you create this class, if you want to execute your program, okay, if you want to execute your program, you have to create one more block. So technically we call it as inside these blocks, if you write the main blocks, if you write any sub block, not any, okay, so some only, we have differences also. If you want to write a class inside a class, you can write. If you want to write interface inside a class, you can write. Those we will discuss later. I don't want to confuse you. Okay, so here, if you want to execute your class block, this class block, so you have to create one more block. Technically we call it as method. Okay, that is main method. Okay, so if we have parentheses after open and close in parentheses after any name, that we call it as method. Okay, so you have to create one more block, that is main. Okay, there is some standard syntax. Okay, standard syntax is public static void. Okay, what is public static void? Why we have to use compulsory to these main blocks, we will discuss later. And also you need to use one more parameter. Okay, what is parameter also we'll discuss later. So as of now, you can consider this entire thing as a syntax. Okay, string of args. Okay, you can give name or method name also you can. Okay, so this is the standard syntax you have to follow. Okay, so inside this block you can write your Java program. Okay, so first I want to print some text. Okay, so if you want to print some text, okay, again we have syntaxes. Okay, in every programming language we have syntaxes. What is syntax? Okay, so we have some code. Okay, coding format, strings, those we have to use as it is. Okay, so here you have to use syntax like system dot out dot println. Okay, if I want to print something, I have to use this syntax, system dot out dot println. Okay, let me write some print statement. I want to print some text. Okay, so suppose welcome to Selenium or welcome to Java or hello Java. It can be anything. You can print any text with the help of this statement. Okay, first we have to write a class block and you have to write a main method if you want to write your Java program. Okay, so I created Java program, but how I can execute it? How I can execute it? If you want to execute your Java program, first what you have to do is you have to open the command prompt in that particular folder. Suppose I created on desktop this Java program, demo.java program on my desktop. If I open command prompt, by default, where it is going to users folder. Okay, if I try to run my Java programming, Java program, if I try to execute my Java program, okay, to execute generally Java program, we have Java command. Okay, Java version, if you use, what it is giving the Java execution environment. Okay, if you want to check the compiler version, Java version, okay, it is giving the compiler version, clearing it. Okay, if you want to execute, for execution version, if you want to check, you are using Java version. Similarly, if you want to execute your Java program, what you have to do is Java, you have to mention the demo.java file name. You have to mention the file name, Java file name. So in my case, my file name is demo.java. Okay, so if I click enter, could not find our load main class demo.java. Okay, even though we are in users some other folder, still it is able to identify the demo.java file. Okay, so let me go to this folder, users folder. Let me check whether this demo.java is available in this folder or not. So go to C drive, users, some folder. So here, let me check demo.java file. So here I don't have demo.java file, but still it is identifying. Demo.java file from this folder, from this Raju Chelle folder, which is incorrect. So generally what we have to do is, wherever we create the Java files, so we have to go to that particular folder. From there only we have to run our program. Okay, so in my case, it is available on desktop. Okay, so desktop is available on this user account. Okay, so here in this user account only desktop is available. Okay, so now if you want to go to the desktop folder, what you can do is use cd command, use desk, you just type des, then press tab, desktop. If the folder is not available, it won't give you that full name. Okay, suppose if I write LES, if I press tab, it is not showing anything, because with the help of LES, 1 second. Okay. With the help of LE, with the name LES, there is no folder. Okay, so what you have to do? So give a available folder name. Okay, on my desktop. Let me go to desktop folder. Desktop folder. So on my desktop, I have all these files. Okay, so first I have to go to desktop. So now I can run my demo.java. Okay, let me run. If you want to run your Java program, what is the command? Execute the Java program, Java, then file name. See, it is directly printing welcome to Java. Okay, so that is the advantage with Oracle from Java level. Okay, so we have to follow one standard architecture. Okay, if you want to execute your Java program. Okay, from Java 11 onwards, no need to follow that architecture. Okay, suppose if I, so now I'm getting welcome to Java, right? Let me change the Java version now, Java 1.8. Okay, so let me go to program files. You can go to Java. Now I want to use the Java 1.8 version. Copy it, environment variables. So here I don't want to change Java home. So we are not doing anything with this Java home variable. Whenever we use any IDE or any other softwares like Maven or Git, that time only this Java underscore home variable will be used. So now I directly changing the path Java 1.8. Click OK and OK. Yeah. So let me open a new instance. So let me check the Java ifn version. See, now it is 1.8. So let me go to desktop. So let me try to run demo.java. Could not find or load main class. Okay. When I use Java 11, it is directly printing the statement which I have written in the Java program. Okay. I have written the welcome to Java statement in this folder. It is directly printing. But when I use 1.8, it is throwing some error, could not find or load main class. Okay, what is could not find or load main class? What is this error? So in 80 to 70 to 80% of organizations are still using Java 1.8. Okay, not Java 11. Okay, to explain the new features, okay, I have installed Java 11, but 70 to 80% organizations are using Java 1.8, Java 8 only. But when I use Java 8, when I try to execute my program, okay, it is showing that could not find or load main class demo.java. What is this error? How we can resolve it? Okay, to resolve it, so we have to know the architecture of Java, how it works. Okay, so here from Java 11, there are some files automatically when you trying to execute Java command, automatically these are converting those statements into your Java understandable language, your Java execution, Java virtual machine understandable language. But in Java 1.8, it is not like that. Okay, so let me explain the architecture, then only you can understand it. Okay, so in Java, how it works? Suppose you created a file, some demo.java file. Okay, this is the file you have created. Okay, some file you created, demo.java. So when you try to run your Java program, okay, so what happens in the backend. Okay, in backend we have one program. So technically we call it as virtual machine. Okay, this we call it as Java virtual machine, JVM. Okay, so this will execute your program. Okay, this demo.java will be passed to Java virtual machine. Okay, inside that again we have some other sub processes also, like loaders. See, these two are also very important. Okay, loaders and executors. Okay, so it will Java virtual machine, it will execute your Java program, JVM. Okay, so first it will use loaders, then it will execute. But in Java 1.8 or older versions, 1.7 or any other older version, okay, your JVM cannot understand what is this .java file. Your JVM, it cannot understand what is this .java file. It simply throws the error. It simply throws the error. Could not find load main class demo.java. Okay, when you try to execute your program, it is saying that in that file, or I could not find the main class. You have the main method here. Still you have the main method, but it is unable to identify. It is unable to identify. Why it is unable to identify? It cannot understand what is .java file. It can understand only .class files. Okay, so if you want to execute your demo.java file, so you cannot directly pass this direct Java code. You have to create a like encoded, some encoded format file. Okay, so it is unable to identify this code. You have to encode this file into different format, then only it can execute. Okay, so here you should not directly pass this .java file to your JVM. You have to convert your code into some encoded format. Okay, generally we call it as .class format. Okay, bytecode format. So what you have to do, you have to convert your file into demo.class. Okay, your code into some .class format code. You have to convert your Java file to some other format. Okay, name can be anything. Okay, name can be demo or some other, any name. Some example class 1 .class. Some other format you have to convert your code, and this you need to pass it to your Java virtual machine. Okay, so you cannot directly pass this. So you have to convert your Java code into .class file, then only your Java virtual machine can understand it. Then how can I convert this .class file? How can I convert my plain Java code to Java virtual machine understandable language? Okay, for that reason, we have one more thing in the hierarchy. We have compiler, Java compiler. Okay, so we have to compile our code, our Java code. We have to compile our Java code. It will generate the .class file for your Java code. Okay, once you compile your code, your compiler automatically generates one .class file, your original Java code. For your original Java code, it will generate the .class file. If you pass that .class file to JVM, then it will run it. Okay, how can I create the .class file? So we have one command Java C. What is the use of Java C? To check the compiler version, which means Java C command is for compilation. Java command is for execution. So before executing it, you have to compile your program. Okay, what is my program name? Demo.java, right? If I compile it, it will generate a dot class file with some name. What is that name? Okay, so here, what is the block name you specified with the class keyword? With that block name, it will generate the dot class file. Okay, so let me refresh it. So here somewhere it is generated. So here it is generated example dot class one dot class. Okay, so you have to compile your program. So before executing it in Java, there are two stages. Okay, first you have to write a Java program that you need to convert it to dot class file. Then that dot class file can be understood by JVM. Suppose if you want to run your Java program, what you have to do? You should not run your actual Java code. Okay, so here if you open demo.java, you can see the code. But if you open the dot class file, you cannot see the code. It is in a encoded format. It is in a encoded format. You cannot understand it. But your JVM can understand it. It is a replica of your Java code in a encoded format. Okay, the same program is encoded with the dot class file. Okay, so compiler will encode your Java program and it will generate one file with that block name. Okay, so your JVM can understand this encoded format language for the security reason and also for the faster processing. So in Java, we have to follow this security and faster processing. So we have to convert our Java program to bytecode format. Okay, dot class format. So how we can convert? Using Java compiler. Okay, your Java compiler will generate this code. So now if you want to run, you have to run your class file, not demo.java file, because you already converted the same program into encoded format, right? So that file only you have to run. Okay, so now if I want to run, I have to run my class file, example class one dot class. So here your JVM is already know what is dot class. Okay, you should not mention again dot class over here. You have to mention the file name, dot class file name. Okay, if you run it, you will get the output. So this is very, very important in real time. Okay, why this important? I will explain tomorrow. Okay, why this class file is we have to create. If we don't create the class file, what are the errors we will get in the real time? When you directly, put, suppose if you join to some organization, if they directly like assign some project. Okay, once you get the code from shared drive or some other online repositories like Git or Bitbucket, once you set up everything, while running, most of the time, you will get this error. Could not find our main or load main plus demo.java. Okay, that time you will be panic. Again, you will look for the help, some colleague. If you ask these kind of silly doors, okay, they will definitely catch you. Okay, your experience and all. Okay, so these basic things you have to know that I will explain tomorrow. Okay, so the compilation you have to do. Okay, once you get the dot class file, then only okay you can execute the program. So because of these class files only you are getting this error. It is unable to identify those class files. Okay, so similarly, okay, so even though you use, okay, so as I said, there are three blocks. Okay, one is class and another one is interface and another one is enum. Okay, so using these three blocks only you can write your Java program. Using these three blocks only you can write your Java program. Okay, without these three blocks you cannot write, or other than these three blocks you cannot write your Java program. So using only these three you can write your Java program. Okay, similarly, like class, you can also create Okay, first, if you want to write a Java program, what you have to do? So you need to save it as .java file. Okay, give a name for your file name, that is giving as demo1. Save as Java. Okay, like class, I'm also creating interface. Okay, you can write multiple interfaces in a single Java program. To differentiate, you have to give a name. Okay, example interface 1. Okay, let me write the main method. Okay, this one I will rename it as class. Welcome to class. Okay, so this I will rename it as welcome to interface. Okay, this is interface and this is class. Again, if you run it, you will get again welcome to Java only, because so you already compiled. Okay, the previous program only compiled and that code only encoded. Suppose if you want to check the new changes in demo.java file, again you have to recompile it. Okay, just simply use javac demo.java. It will override the existing .class file. Okay, it won't create a new file. Suppose if already file is available, by default it overrides the file. Okay, so again if you run your program, see now the new changes are reflecting. Okay, so in real time, once you see, we use these build tools, right? Okay, build tools like Maven, Gradle. When you are using build tools, okay, for the new people, you may not understand it. Suppose if anyone has some idea on build tools like Maven and Gradle, okay, we do Maven install, okay, Maven build, okay, Maven run, Maven clean. These commands we use generally. Okay, build command, clean command, install command. Okay, why we use to recompile your programs. Okay, to reinstall your packages, we use those commands. Okay, so whatever it may be, so suppose if you do any changes in the Java file, again you have to recompile. Okay, let me do it for interface also. So now my file name is demo1.java. I have created one interface with main method. So let me run the demo1 file. Okay, refresh. Where is demo1? Yeah, this is the demo1.java file. I want to run demo.java. Okay, even though interface, you have to compile it. If it is class, interface, or enum, whatever it may be, any of these three blocks, you have to again compile it. Okay, so to compile, javac is the command. So demo1 is my file, just compile. See, it is compiled. So after compilation, what happens? So your compiler generates one .class file with name, your block name. Okay, this example interface 1 is the block name. With this name, it generates one .class file, which means example interface 1 .class file name it will generate. So refresh. So it is generated already. So the file name is example interface class 1. Example interface 1. Okay. This is example class 1. This is example interface 1. If you want to run your interface, you can simply use Java command to execute your file name, your .class file name. Example interface 1. No need to specify the .class. Just run it. Welcome to interface. It is printing. Okay. So similarly, if you want to create a enum, okay, let me create one more file. Okay, so here use enum block. So first, before writing your Java program, first you have to save the file name as .java. Okay, save as. So demo2.java. Okay, so I'm storing on a desktop only. It is a Java file now. You can use the third block enum, example enum1. Okay, so you can write multiple enum blocks in a single Java file. or inner blocks also you can write. All these we'll discuss later. So unfortunately, here we cannot use the main method. We cannot execute the enum directly. But if you write some other code, if you write some other code, that code you can use, but you cannot execute this. That is the disadvantage with enum. Okay, interface and the class you can directly use, but enum you cannot directly execute. Okay, these enums you have to use in your class or interface. You cannot directly run this enum. Okay, suppose if you want to run your enum, or if you want to generate a dot class file your enum, what you have to do? Just simply compile it. So my file name is demo2. Click enter. Okay, so now again it is generated one dot class file example enum1. Okay, so that you can find here. So I created demo dot. Let me do one thing. Sort view logic auto arrange icons. No. Okay, so this is demo.java and its corresponding file. This is demo1.java and its corresponding file. And similarly, demo2 and its corresponding file. Okay, this is the enum. Suppose if you try to run the enum, okay, you cannot run the enum. Okay, example enum. You cannot run the enum because without main method we cannot run. See, it is directly showing void main it is not available. Suppose if you try to write, okay, if you try to write this main method that you cannot write. Welcome to enum, that you cannot use also. You cannot write also. Okay, let me recompile it and execute. So to compile, so these are the blind comments. Okay, so generally in real time you won't use, but you should have this knowledge. Okay, in real time you want to use this. But if you have this knowledge, then only you can understand the other things very easily. So demo2, I compiled it. So again, enum enum.class file is generated. Just if you run it, so enum also is accepting the main method. Okay. So in earlier versions, not 1.8, in 1.7, so we were unable to write this main method in the enum. Okay. So if you want to write your Java program, so you have to write either class or interface or enum. Okay. So before executing it, you have to compile. But here you have to follow one standard notation to write names of enums or interfaces or classes. Okay, like you have to follow one standard format, not format. This is a mandatory step. Okay, so if you don't use, you will get errors. Why? Because so let me give you one example. Then only you can understand it. Okay. So here I have created different files for different type of blocks. Okay, different Java file for different type of blocks. For class I created one different Java file. For interface, for enum I created different Java files, right? So if you want to write all together in a single class, okay, suppose let me create for all these three I want to create in a single class. Okay, single Java file, not class, single Java file. Save as demo3 desktop. Save. So now I want to create class. I want to create interface. Okay, let me save it as .java, not .txt, .java. Okay, similarly, I want to write enum inside a single Java file. So you can write, generally you can write multiple classes inside a single Java file. So let me compile it. So my file name is demo3.java. it is compiled. Okay, so demo 3, it is compiled. So this is demo 3. So refresh it. Where is my see, it is compiled, but what is the file name I provided? See, it is compiled, but the thing is, for enum example one dot class, for example interface one dot class, enum example one dot class, we already have these files, right? It is already overridden. It is already overridden. These class files are overridden. Okay, while trying to generate it. So what I do is I will just change the name of these classes. Okay, so here what I do, so class 1, this is interface 1, and this is enum 1. Okay, so let me recompile it. It has to generate all these 3 new dot class files. See, now refresh. See, these 3 dot class files are generated for this demo.3.java. Okay, so whenever you use class, interface, or enum, it always generates a dot class file. That a dot class file only you can run. Okay, so you cannot run the other type of files. Okay, so your Java virtual machine can understand only dot class files. Those dot class files you can generate with the help of these 3 blocks. Okay, so here, okay, suppose, so to run your program, okay, so these dot class files are enough. Okay, so if you store all these files into some folder, suppose let me create one folder new. Somebody has created these files, and they asked you to use these files, okay, for execution. Okay, so let me create as Java. Let me copy, let me move all these files to this Java folder. Okay, I have these files in my Java folder. So now, so I will go to this folder. So folder name is, on desktop I have Java folder. If you want to go to that folder, use cd command, then type Java. Okay, now you are in Java folder. Okay, so these are the files. Suppose if you want to run your program, what you have to do? So you have to use any of these dot class files, right? So let me run enum one dot class. Okay, so Java enum one dot class. No need to mention dot class. So it is printing enum. You want to check the code of the actual code of this dot class file. Okay. Okay. Among these all files, with which file you will link this enum dot class file. Okay. I have enum dot class file. I have demo 1, demo 2, demo 3. There are 4 .java files. If you want to check the code, you are unable to see this code. Okay. Okay, with your Java file only it is linked. Okay, how you will check, how you will relate these .java files with the .class files, these .java files with .class files. Suppose demo.java, I have created one .class file. Okay, with which file I have to link it? What is the .class file related to this demo.java file? Okay, this is again a confusion, right? Okay, if you want to compare demo.java and example class 1, you are unable to compare also, because you are unable to read this code. If you are trying to link the class file and Java file. Okay, to avoid this confusion, what you have to do is, okay, no problem. Okay, to avoid this confusion, what you have to do is, so you always have to provide the file name as block name. Suppose if you are creating a demo.java, okay, suppose if you are creating example class 1 block, okay, you have to save this program, Java program as your block name, you have to give as your file. Instead of using demo1, what you can do is you have to use as your block name. The file name and the block name should be same. The file name and block name should be same. What happens if I maintain file name and block name as same? Okay, so here I have 3 blocks. Here I have 3 blocks. Okay, so which block name I have to give? In this file, which block name I have to give? Okay, so we have one more concept, access modifiers. Okay, so we have public, private, like that we have different stuff. Okay, so here whatever the class, okay, named with public, or whatever the block mentioned as public, okay, so that name only we have to give. That name only we have to give. If you give other name, again you will get error. Okay, so save it as .java. Okay, now if you compile your programs, if you recompile your programs, okay, so now I have created on desktop only all these files. Okay, this is example class 1 .java file. It is interface file. It is enum file, and you have class 1 .java file. Okay, so some demo3 is also is there. So let me move it to this Java folder. Replace it. Okay, I have 4 files. Okay, let me compile one by one. Okay, first I want to compile. So Java C example class. So here still why we are getting example class. We have to compile the Java program. Okay, example 1 dot. Sorry. Wait. So now I'm in Java folder, right? So that is the reason. Okay, it is giving the file names in the Java folder. Okay, if you want to go back to the previous folder, cd dot you can get back to the previous folder. So earlier you were in Java folder. If you use cd dot dot, you can get back to the desktop folder, previous folder. Okay, so now Java C example class dot Java. Okay, so again Java C example interface dot Java. Similarly, example enum dot Java. Java C class 1 dot Java, not example class 1 dot Java. Okay, if you use the class name and block name or both are same, the advantage is even though you share to someone, some other person, or if you are using these files later sometime, okay, you can easily link these files, Java files, with the class files. So suppose here my file name is example class 1 dot Java. Okay, my class file name is example class 1 dot Java. So you can assume that okay, this Java file is linked. This dot class file is related to this Java file. Suppose if you want to check the code, check the logic of that file, you can check and you can use that logic with the class file name. Okay, you can execute with the help of dot class file name if you want to use that logic. So like that we have to link it. So generally in real time, most of the cases, okay, we will not follow this format. We will not create multiple blocks in a single Java file. The preferred one is only one class for one one block for one Java file. Okay, if you want, you can create inner classes or inner blocks. Okay, but while you are creating inner blocks, you should not create again multiple main blocks. Okay, you should have for each file, for each Java file, you should have only one main class, main method, not main class, only one main method. You should not create multiple main method inside a single Java file, sorry, inside a single block. For each block, you should create only one main method. Okay, if you want, you can create inner blocks, inner interface or inner class or inner enum you can create. Okay, so here again you have confusion, right? Okay, so this class 1 is related to class 1 enum or interface. Again, you will get confusion. That is the reason you should not create multiple blocks in a single Java file. Okay, so as of now I will delete these two. Okay, so I have class. So let me recompile class1.java. Okay, I'm recompiling. Since you created these blocks, these two blocks inside this class 1 block, right? So it generates the dot class files again for these two. Okay, for these two, whenever you use these keywords, interface, enum, or class, either you use separately or if you create as a inner block, it always creates the dot class file for each keyword. Okay, again it will create three dot class files for these three keywords. Okay, so here already class 1 is available. Again, it is created class 1 dollar interface 1. Okay, class 1 dollar enum 1, which means inside this class you have interface, inside this class 1 you have enum. Like that it is generated. So you can easily link these three files with the class1.java because it is starting with class 1. Okay, so like that, to link with the .java file to avoid the confusion for JVM and for humans. So what you have to do, you always have to write your block name as file name. Okay, you should not again write inner class in inner block name as file name. Okay, whatever is the main block, that main block name you have to write as your file. Okay, so using these three blocks only, we can write our Java programming. Okay, so tomorrow I will explain how to like quick start the Java programming. Okay, so you may not understand this, even though I write directly, even though it is a syntax. So we have to follow few basics. Those I will explain tomorrow. Okay, so I'm stopping the recording. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask now. Just now let me stop it.